Hey sparkly lovers, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to share with you all the tips that I am using to study poems. So I study English literature for my BA in English. So this is my second year. In this video I will share all my tips to study poems. So I will be sharing all of the tips, and I think these tips will help you too when you're studying poems. So let's get started. Study poems is to have a copy of the poem. You should have a copy of the poem. And then you have to go through the poem very well, and you may have a question why I have write all the poems rather than getting a printed copy of the poem easily. The reason why I have written down all of my poems that I have to study is it's very useful for me to, when I'm writing, I just read and write at the same time, and it will help me to concentrate in each and every line of the poem, and I can go through them very well. So it will make me easier and easier to study the poem in each and every line, and it will be very easy for me, and rather than have a printed copy one easily, though this is very difficult and time taking, this is much worthy for you to study. So you can try this out and feel the difference. Tip: after you have go through the poem, what you have to do is to study about the poet and make some quick notes about by yourself about the poet, when he was born, and where his education and his profession and his works and everything. You can make down some bullet points, some short description about the poet, and it will be very useful for you to when you're writing in your exams, and you should know about the poet to study before studying the poem. So my second tip is to study about the poet as well as take some quick notes about the poet. Study about the poet, the next thing you have to do is to go through the poem and write about the poem and the setting of the poem and make notes. You can Google it easily and write it down, and the rhyming schemes and the closest meter and the rhyme and the stanza type and all the poetic devices that the poet has used in that poem. So, and also the summary of the poem. Here I have made a short note about an epitaph by Andrew Marvell, and I have written down about the poet as well as about the poem and the setting of the poem, the rhyming schemes and the poetic devices. And here I have started to write about the summary of the poem. So this is the way I am studying poems from every of my English literature exams. This is the way I'm used to study the poems. So this is very easy and efficient way to study poems. You can have a clear understanding about everything when you make notes like this. But not least, finally I have the final thing I'm doing is I have just all the notes about the poet and the poem and the rhyming scheme and all the things, and then I start to annotate my poem about all the features that I have studied, and I just analyze the poem in here by highlighting in every line where necessary and making all my notes by myself. So when I'm studying this, all these notes will be very helpful for me, as well as when doing revisions. I will be very productive when making notes very clearly like this. So try these tips and tricks that I'm using for yourself, and tell me about how you go through it. So thank you so much guys for joining with me today. Hope you guys find this video very useful, and if there are many more tips that you are studying rather than this, you can share it with in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe my channel Spark with Yana, and like this video and share, and we will meet you in my next video. So thank you guys, have a nice day.